Hello, Bayside Woodland. I hope you guys are all doing well, enjoying some kind of summer fun. I've got a few updates and announcements you've probably already heard, but I also wanted to be able to tell you that the most recent announcement by Governor Newsom has closed down indoor worship services for the immediate time. We don't know how long that's going to last, but I'll let you watch his announcement if you want to catch all the details on why and the numbers and what that all means. But what that means for us is that we'll be going back immediately to an online service format only. So starting this Sunday, our services will be premiering again live on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as on our website. That's going to be happening for the month of July. Now, going into August, outdoor worship services are allowed, and we're working on an outdoor venue that we could do. We'll, again, always be doing online. Online is going to be there forever for all those that are using that. But also, we do know and really want to be able to get back together. I know for many of you that have been able to come to the services, that was incredibly meaningful just to connect. It wasn't that the sermons were any better, the music necessarily, but there's something about being together in a room with people, of course, that is so much more significant. And we want to work hard to be able to figure that out and make that happen. And so we are going to be working behind the scenes to figure out what our options are. And we've got several ideas, and we'll pursue those and give you some details as we have those things figured out. As we kind of roll with one more punch from this whole COVID-19 pandemic, experience, I was reading something yesterday morning, right before the announcement came out, actually, and I just want to share it with you because I thought it was profound how it landed upon me. I'm reading a devotional book called My Utmost for His Highest. It's a great one. You can find it online. I think it's pretty much public domain at this point. And it just was starting with one simple verse out of the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verse 1. And it just starts with this statement. It says, "In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw a vision of the Lord sitting high and exalted." Isaiah starts this chapter, and it's the beginning of his first time experiencing God, seeing God, being called to become a prophet of God. But it starts with that little statement, in the year that King Uzziah died. Now, that doesn't mean anything to you or me. Like, we don't know King Uzziah. He wasn't our king. It doesn't really matter. But we know this. When there's a change over in leadership, especially one that is for life, like a monarchy, it has dramatic impact upon the whole country, the whole nation. How is this transition going to go? And right now, we're in the middle of, dramatic impact. There's transition all the time. We're constantly figuring out what we do and how we go. But what I love about that passage and what I love about this devotional was just that reminder of when God changes something in our world or allows something to change in our world, that becomes an opportunity for spiritual insight and revelation, especially when we lean upon Him. And if you read Isaiah chapter 6, Isaiah describes what he sees. He sees God face to face. He comes to grips immediately with this sense of I shouldn't be looking at God. I'm a man of unclean lips, he says, from a people of unclean lips. And with my eyes, I've seen the Lord God Almighty. I mean, he's literally worried he's going to drop dead because God, again, is holy. But an angel comes and brings this hot coal and touches his lips and says, "It's okay. Your sin is atoned for." It's this fascinating picture. Again, you should read it. But it comes down to this God making this declaration of who will go for us. Who can we send and who will go for us? And he doesn't say to what or to do what. He just throws it out there, kind of to all of heaven. But Isaiah's there in the throne room listening to this and watching this, and he just speaks up and says, "Here am I, send me." And it's then that God tells him what he's even going to do. And it just reminded me that in this time of our lives and in any time of life as topsy-turvy, anytime we have time to trust God with our lives and with something new that's happening, whether we like the situation or don't like the situation, there's a new opportunity to see more of who God is. And how do we do that right now? I think we do that by making the very most of what we can. When it comes to the fact that, we're going to be online, how do we make the most of doing church online? Maybe you're doing it as a family. Maybe it means, really being intentional, saying, look, we're going to do this and we're going to sing this stuff together. We're going to spend time together in prayer. We're going to pause the sermon and answer the questions that are coming up in the sermon. But make it a time that you're saying, this is a set apart time for us to worship as a family. And honestly, it doesn't have to be Sunday morning. It can be any time, but set aside a time that you're going to be, this is going to be our time. And if you don't have a family that's with you, then bring some people in. And this isn't a shelter-in-place order. This is just saying we don't want mass gatherings in public. So invite somebody over, the friend that you'd go out to coffee with, right? Or get together, or your kids that maybe don't live at home with you anymore, your grandkids. but draw people into your worship, draw people into your time of church. Just remember also what Jesus said, where two or more gather in my name, there I am in the midst of them. And that applies in a lot of ways, just the significance of worshiping and knowing him. But it's a great way of saying each of our homes, each of our living rooms becomes an extension that is actually the church in each of our neighborhoods. So throw out some invitations, invite some neighbors over, set up a time to sit and talk. Use these things to the best that we can. In this time. It may not be our personal preference, but God is at work. Let's have the eyes of faith to see where he's leading each and every one of us. You guys, I hope you're well. I hope you're doing great, and I hope that we get to see each other again soon in a couple of weeks. And for all of us kind of enduring this incredible time and this incredible season, let's just keep our eyes open, trusting that God has got plans and a purpose for us right here, right now. So take care. More announcements to follow soon, you guys. Have a great day.